Namaste, welcome to Pythagoras Academy. This is Vikram Dachepally. In this video, I am going to clear a misconception that most students have about the word electricity. What is electricity? Because this is a pretty commonly used word by everybody in daily life, there's a high chance of being misunderstood as far as physics is concerned. Things that may come into our mind when we think of defining the word electricity: flow of electrons, flow of charges, power, current, energy, light, etc. Is electricity flow of charges or electrons? Can we define electricity as flow of electrons or flow of charges? No, because electricity maybe is dealing with charges, but flow of electrons or charges is not making a complete sense to define electricity. What are we measuring when I say flow of electrons or flow of charges? Nothing in specific. Similarly, is electricity current? Because we say current bill and electricity bill, we swap these two things for the same purpose, but it doesn't mean that electricity is current. We may use these words for our practical purposes, but electricity is not current. Current is flow of something. If water flows, we call it as water current. If electrons flow, we call it as electron current. If charges flow, we call it as charge current. So flow of electrons or flow of charges or current, they mean the same, and electricity is not that. Is electricity power? Had electricity been power, the units of electricity would have been watt, but we never say there is 5 kilowatt of electricity in a wire, because it doesn't make sense. We never measured electricity in power, in watt, in terms of power. So electricity is not power. Is electricity a form of energy? We may think electricity is a form of energy, but it is not so. Is electricity light? Because in northern parts of India, people use the sentences like "Ghar mein light hai, light aaya, light gaya." So they use this word light as a replacement to electricity. But electricity is not light. Definitely it is not light. So electricity is none of this. So what is electricity? Electricity is a branch of physics that deals with charges and their interaction. It is just a name given to the branch under which we study about charges and how do they interact with each other. What is a charge now? We have matter around us. Matter is made up of molecules. Molecules are made up of tiniest entities known as atoms. Inside the atom, there is nucleus. If you look at the basic atomic structure, nucleus consists of protons and neutrons, and electrons revolve around the nucleus. This is naturally happening inside an atom because these elementary particles of an atom like electron, proton and neutron, they exhibit certain properties. One of those basic properties is named as charge. It is that property due to which electron and proton get attracted towards each other. That is the reason why electron is able to orbit around the nucleus. It is that property why a proton and proton repel from each other. So electron and proton exhibit this particular property which is named as charge. Neutron does not exhibit this property called charge. So there is no charge to neutron. So study of this charge, this property charge, and how do these charges behave, how do they interact, that study is electricity. And electricity is again divided into two sub-branches: static electricity and current electricity. Static electricity is otherwise known as electrostatics. Current electricity is otherwise called electrodynamics. Under electrostatics, we study about static charges. It means charges that do not flow. For example, if we take a bucket and fill it with water, the water is static now. Study of the properties of this water, which is trapped or contained inside a bucket, is hydrostatics. Hydro represents water. Statics is study of static water. If you take a water pipe and the water is flowing, study of this flow of water or study of this water current is hydrodynamics. Similarly, study of static charges is electrostatics. Study of flowing charges is current electricity or electrodynamics. There's a difference between flowing and moving. This bucket of water can move from one place to the other, but still the study of this water is hydrostatics. because the water is not flowing. The bucket and the water, they're moving together. This is movement. Movement is different from flow. So still it is hydrostatics. And precisely static electricity is study of the properties exhibited by static charges. Static charges create electric field. How do we measure electric field? We measure electric field by two physical quantities, electric field vector and electric potential, or which we call as voltage. Study of that voltage is electrostatics. If you buy a battery, it will be rated as 1.5 volt. That is the potential difference between ends of the battery. Study of that 1.5 volt is electrostatics. And if you connect that battery to a bulb, that 1.5 volt will be able to drive the charges in the circuit. So there is flow of charges due to which the bulb glows. Study of that flow of charges is current electricity. Study of voltage and study of charge current. These two are not opposite each other. They are two sub-branches of electricity which complement each other. As simple as this.